October 20th, 2 Kings 1, 2 Thessalonians 1, Daniel 5, Psalm 110, and 111. We're going to turn to 2 Kings chapter 1, and we're going to read a fascinating, interesting, strange story about Elijah. After the death of Ahab, Moab rebelled against Israel, and Ahaziah fell through the lattice in his upper chamber in Samaria and lay sick. So he sent messengers, telling them, "Go, inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, whether I shall recover from this sickness." But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, "Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria, and say to them, Is it because there is no God in Israel that you're going to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore, thus says the Lord, you shall not come down from the bed to which you have gone up, but you shall surely die." So Elijah went. The messengers returned, they give the message to the king, and the king asked, "What kind of man," verse 7, "was he who came to meet you and told you these things?" And they answered, "He wore a garment of hair with a belt of leather above his waist." And he says, "It is Elijah the Tishbite." So the king sent to him a captain of 50 men with his 50, and he went up to Elijah, who was sitting on the top of a hill, and said to him, "O man of God, the king says, come down." And Elijah answered the captain of 50, "If I am a man of God, let fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50. Then fire came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50. And the king sent another captain with 50 more men, and the same thing happened. The third time, the third captain of 50 went up, verse 13, and he came and fell on his knees before Elijah and entreated him, "O man of God, please let my life and the life of these 50 servants of yours be precious in your sight." And then verse 15, the angel of the Lord said to Elijah, "Go down with him, do not be afraid." So he arose and went down with him to the king, and he said to him, that's to the king, "Thus says the Lord, because you have sent messengers to inquire of Beelzebub, the god of Ekron, is it because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore you shall not come down from the bed to which you have gone up, but you shall surely die." So he died according to the word of the Lord that Elijah had spoken. And that is crazy. And why? Why? Well, it became clear to those in authority that this prophet, this Elijah, has a connection to God, right? As these soldiers, these servants get killed, for Elijah just to come down and say the same thing, they finally realized, the third captain, wait a minute, wow, this is not right. And Ahaziah, didn't have faith. He didn't believe. He wasn't going the godly way. And so God intervenes in the situation to remind the people of God, "Hey, I'm here. Why are you going elsewhere for answers? Why are you turning to other gods that are really no gods?" And so what do we take away from this? Call fire down from heaven on people? No. We take away that there's one God. Why do we turn to other places, to other things, other people, other ideas, than to the God of the universe? Why do we turn and seek help from anyone and everyone but the Lord, our God, and His Word? So in some ways, we're no different than Ahaziah. We then want to track down someone who will speak for the Lord, but whatever they say, we're not really that interested, because really our mindset is made up. And so we push aside that which is given as from the Lord and do what we want to do. It's never a good place. It's never a good ending on those kind of situations. Till next time, keep growing little by little.